Shave TV East Watch. Your host, you know who it is. We have to go off camera, guys. Y'all know how I am. So anyway, Polight scams again. This video is something that I wanted to do a week ago, but I just, was able to get to it today. I still can only dedicate maybe 20 minutes to it because I have some stuff to prepare for. But Polight scams again, people. Yes, he does. What's up, Cupcake? The grand epicet, illustrious, impotent, as in a man who claims to have 3 to 5 wives. What up, Wizax? But barely can produce more than 1 to 2 children. Shame. So we're gonna call him the illustrious impotent. The Nisut. Yes, the Nisut. The Nisut is now a mentor. Have you noticed you haven't seen the Nisut posting any pictures with the BMW he supposedly owns anymore, and all of these things? This is what goes on with the Nisut. After time goes by, realize that was a rental. So, the illustrious grand epicet, make sure you pronounce it correctly, epicet. Polight seems to be moving on to another realm of his scamming. This time, what he's doing is he's presenting himself as a mentor. Once he's exposed by these people, it makes it much clearer to the people who haven't seen it, to the people who don't know anything about it. Now, again, I have to remind us a lot of times that the world is bigger than we think sometimes, and because we know about Polight, it doesn't mean necessarily everybody else knows about that nigga like we know about him. So we have to give those people their due of not knowing about not knowing about him and who he is. So anyway, there's a young man. I'm not naming any names or anything like that. All we're doing is going over and examining once again the same claims against Polight. There's a young man who has come out recently. You could catch the video. Sui did a video on it too. And he actually played all the audio. There's a young man who's come out and said, another victim of Polight. If you notice, there's at least like one a year. You know what I mean? It's one a year. Like if you you let a year go by, when is this? This is July, early July. By June next year, we'll be talking about a whole nother scam. What up, CZ? Yeah, over 100 grand. We're gonna talk about. Doesn't it sound familiar though? Doesn't it sound just like all the other things that we talk about when it comes to Polight? Anytime we talk about Polight, all we talk about is somebody being frauded out of their money. So, being the fact that the world is bigger than we think, so sometimes that we think about it or look at it, we have to realize it's tons of people who've never heard of Polight. It's tons of people who are Christians, but they don't want to go to church. They feel that they want to enlighten themselves in other areas of spirituality as well as being a Christian. There's Muslims out here who are coming into YouTube and looking at videos and lectures, etc., because it's not that they don't want to be a Muslim, it's that they want to broaden their horizons when it comes to spirituality and history, etc., etc. So you have all these people coming to YouTube now, and Polight it's like a great big what waiting to get humped. Like, that's all it is to him. It's like more and more people coming in, and then people don't realize once they come in what we always say here: watch the exposed videos. If you're following a guru of some sort or whatever, and you come across this guru, yo, type in this person exposed. You could do it with me. You're not going to see anything. There's no exposed videos on me. What are you talking about? I don't come out making hoity-toity claims about myself. So therefore, there's nothing I got to back up to a degree except the things that I do say. So when you're dealing with people like Polight, please, always pharaohs of the world, all these niggas, make sure you type in the exposed. See, type in this person's name and exposed and look at the fucking videos. And then you can determine whether this person is really what they're presenting themselves to be. That's all you have to do. You could tell if somebody's just hating on somebody because when they present these videos, there's not going to be anything factual in the videos. There's not going to be anything that they're talking about of substance. It's just going to be them talking shit versus you simply replaying what this person says and then replaying what they said 2 days earlier and watch how it contradicts, etc. That's how you get it. So the Grand Emperor set is now allegedly a mentor. Now, I put in the title the Penniless Mentor because how are you supposed to be mentoring niggas and you basically borrowing money from them and you're supposed to be teaching me how to use our trust, how to use status correction, how to use bonds, how to use all of this shit. Okay? How to use all of this shit. But you need to borrow money from somebody. That's like a nigga sitting here telling me that he's going to mentor me through the court process. Okay? But at the same fucking time, whenever it's time for him to go to court, he needs me to find out what paperwork he needs and, you know what I'm saying, to file it. Bitch, you the one who said you was a guru and you supposed to be fucking teaching me. So if you supposed to be teaching me, like, come on, my nigga, you're supposed to know this shit. You're supposed to know. You're not supposed to be asking me. So you're not supposed to be trying to borrow money from people you're supposed to be mentoring to teach and or enrich and make them money, etc., etc. How are you doing this? It makes no fucking sense. No matter what you say or how you put it, it makes no fucking sense. Right now, the kid is claiming that Polight basically swindled him out of $100,000+ If you listen to the audio and the testimony of the young man, you could see the pattern. You could see the pattern that everybody knows about him already. You could see the fucking pattern with this guy. You could listen to how he emotionally browbeats people into doing what he wants them to do. How he manipulates people in a way that they're allowing him to be honest. Manipulating people in a way where it's looking like, hey, this brother's just really trying to make it and trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? When he starts doing shit like, man, everybody always doubting me, and alleging that these are the things Polight would say, and he would get very emotional, saying how people are doubting him, and this, that, and the third. Like, yo, first off, nigga, that's something you should be saying to yourself, not in front of your mentor. Your mentee. Second of all, nigga, why the fuck I'm gonna tell you how that's game. The reason why Polight's doing that is game because Polight's doing that specifically in front of this kid. You're doing this shit specifically in front of this kid. You're doing it in front of him on purpose. You're doing it to garner sympathy. You're doing it to somebody that you know already looks up to you. You know this dude is emotionally invested in you as a friend. Lima Bean Production. So what you're doing is you're using that to what? Swindle cash out of him. Once again, how the fuck are you mentoring somebody about having money, bro, and you don't have any? I'm not rich. I don't have no fucking money like that, nigga. So what the fuck would I be up here telling everybody about money? Yeah, come with me and I'm going to show you how to get $15,000 in the first month. The fuck? Shouldn't you have done it for yourself? If you can keep going around the fucking world and telling everybody how, hey, I'm traveling here, I'm going there, I'm at this place, I'm at this world famous zoo in India, I'm at this world famous place in Dubai, I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm gonna get a hotel in Monaco, I'm gonna, like, come on, man. If you're doing all of that, why the fuck do you actually need to be borrowing money from this nigga? You should be well off by now. Polight's been doing this. He's been making this money. He's been doing. Remember when he announced he was a millionaire? Now it's 2019, all right? Wasn't it 2017 when Polight came out and said he's now worth, what was the number? $3.5 million or some shit? When he rented the BMW. When he first rented the BMW, he started saying he was worth $1 million or 3 point whatever the fuck million, $5 million. What the fuck happened, nigga? That was only fucking 2 years ago. 2 fucking years ago. That was only 2 fucking years ago, nigga, that you said you had $3.5 million. Since that 2 years, nigga, you done 2 people that I know of that came out and told their fucking testimony. The kids in over there in Europe, and that you did with the dude did the video about you, the kid with the dreads, excuse me, with the locks, and the brother that just came out now. Like in the last 2 years, those 2 people you've swindled. Nigga, it was just 2 years ago, my nigga, that you just said that you was worth $3.5 million. Why don't you borrow the money from Floyd Mayweather? You know why you won't borrow that shit from Floyd Mayweather? Because you know you'll have to pay that shit back. You know you'll have to pay that shit back. You know it. That's why you won't do it. If you know Floyd like you say you know him, which I don't, which again, horse shit. I don't believe none of that shit. But we're giving you the benefit of the doubt, and let's say that you do. So keeping it 100% real, just 2 years ago, Polight, you said you was worth $3.5 million. Just 2 years ago, bro, you said that Ashley Wright was your wife. Y'all was all on camera, talk with the kids, with Amunet. Tat, 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 cat, cat, cat. You was just on a video where Amunet talking shit, my nigga, about how you guys are a family and co-wife. Remember that shit where Ashley Wright was smiling and all that shit? Yo, she done said more than like 3 or 4 times in different interviews on fucking YouTube and even on a video that she put out herself, nigga, that she was never your wife. You know that, everybody know that she never touched you, kissed you, nothing, nigga. Y'all were not married. That was all a hoax that you put together. The kid that just came out up against you is echoing the very same thing. What? That is all a hoax, that you go to these hotel rooms and you're not even a guest there. You go to these hotel rooms and you're not even a guest there, and you get kicked out of the hotel and then go up the street and do a fucking interview at another fancy smancy hotel, hoity-toity hotel. And nigga, that's game. You a fucking hustler. Stop telling people stop acting like the fuck that this nigga is doing something he's not. All the things he's talking about, he's doing none of those things. Everybody that's in this chat basically right now knows Polight. We all know Polight. We all know what the fuck this nigga says, what the fuck this nigga does, the bullshit he says and the bullshit he does. But to you people who will see this video who don't know that, understand that what this young brother has just brought up against this dude is a trail of the very same thing, yo. Very same thing I used to get emails about, man. The very same thing that people used to ask me to do videos about, man. Like, this is crazy. You're asking, I just did a video about a few months ago with him, with somebody that he's allegedly mentoring. It's in my video log. With somebody that he's allegedly mentoring. He finds these young kids who in a time in America where 75% of black people 75% of black people make up poverty in our community. And we're only dealing with 2% of the wealth in the nation. So you're dealing with a guy who runs around in a community and scams the people who actually, which it is, are lucky enough to have something, to invest anything. Because most of us are living check to check or month to month, or if something all goes down, we got, 4 months tops before, nigga, we got to have something coming in to start moving forward again. Some people are really in that situation. So you have this dude running around, taking advantage of the brothers and sisters who actually have a little something to try to invest, and they want to do it with black people, etc. And he comes over, he wears the Yankee cap, he presents himself as being like he's ADOS or something, presenting himself like I know what the struggle is over here. I'm gonna show you how to fit. He don't give a fuck. Polight's not even from here, G. His family's not even from here. Then he took that image and now he's gone worldwide. He said, like I said, brothers and sisters over in Europe ain't safe. Nobody's safe from this nigga. And now we have another look inside the inner workings of what is the name of the organization again? What was the name of that shit? We have another look at the inner workings of Polight's of New Covenant. We have the inner working, another look at the inner workings of New Covenant. And what do we see? Scam after scam. We heard testimony after testimony of people saying how he'll email you 3 times, and then after that 3rd time, you'll never hear from him again. You heard countless people say, people who don't even know one another. People who don't know one another telling different accounts of this man, and it's the same account. And then he emailed me back, and then I emailed him. Then the next day he emailed me again, and then 3 days later he emailed me, and then after that I never heard from him again. It's the same MO every time. I'm gonna get you back, King. Here he comes with the king and the brothers and all that shit. Here, King, peace, King. Make sure I hit you your money back, King. He the type of nigga that pays the niggas back a little bit of the money, then re-borrow the shit back so he could pay back some of the money to a nigga that he borrowed from to give that to him in the first place. That's how he works, yo. And he scrapes bread off here and there. Then he goes to hotel rooms and hotel lobbies and take videos and make videos in sunglasses and shit like that and never, ever, ever even be in the room. Like, yo, if this nigga's mentoring you, you should recognize right now and right then that that's game, nigga. That's hustle. How the fuck are you mentoring me, my nigga, and you bringing me into a hotel room? I mean, not a hotel room, but a hotel lobby, and we're gonna do a video, and then the hotel fucking usher or fucking manager walks over like, excuse me, sir, are you gonna rent a room? Oh, nah. Oh, you're gonna have to leave the premises, sir. This is not a place of loiter, basically. So you wanna come loiter in a hotel room, a hotel lobby and shoot a fucking video and then get kicked out, basically hitting pause or finishing the video and going to another hotel lobby and finishing the fucking video and then making it and editing the shit out, making it look like you all in different fucking fancy smancy hoity-toity hotels whenever you feel like it. Like, you so fucking whack and corny, man. That shit's hilarious. But this is what he does. And now he's a mentor. So he's mentored this nigga right out of $100,000+, according to him. This nigga's getting run out of hotel lobbies. Ashley Wright already... First off, I'm going to say it like this. When Ashley Wright came out and said that I was never his wife, we were never married, we were basically just doing business. I was supposed to pretend like I was his wife and blah 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 blah. And he had multiple wives, etc. In this new age polygamy, blah blah blah. She came out and said that shit. You do not have to believe me. So that's the end of Polight. That right there is the end of you. Cause nigga, you're lying. You're making shit up. You're making shit up. Arrest him, among other things I've heard him say. I heard Polight say he's the only brother who has a telephone pipeline company in development where prisoners will be able to call from home to be able to reconnect with their family and not have to pay the expensive prices, blah, blah, blah. He said this years ago on the street arguing with one of the Hebrews when one of the Hebrews was sticking him real good one time or basically getting a point over on him, and he didn't want to look bad, so he threw that in to make it look like he was out here doing real shit in the world. While you just talking about the Bible, nigga, I'm doing real shit. And so everybody was like, oh, yeah, Polight. That, like, nigga, all this shit Polight said was horse shit, G. Every single bit of it, yo. Except the truth he told. But yeah, Ashley Wright ended that. Ashley Wright ended Polight. Because you're lying. You made all of that up. All those videos with all that shit, you made all of that shit up. Period. Point blank, period. It's over. You're done. Now you have another brother coming out talking about the inner workings again of what you are currently doing. Now you can't even act like somebody talking about the past or this, that, and the third. Nigga, this is what you currently doing. You are currently going from hotel to hotel lobbies, walking around pretending like that's where you're at. Shooting videos, taking pictures. Taking pictures. Nigga, that's no different than a bum who go from restaurant or hotel lobby to try to use the bathroom and like, what are you doing in there, nigga? You're not renting a room. Why are you even there? What up, Prince? Why are you even there? That shit's insane, dog. That shit's insane. This nigga is a fucking, yo. Yo, Polight, man. You go in the hotel lobbies, man, and shooting videos. That's why when I told y'all, man, a long time ago, that all them cars are rented. All that shit is rented. None of that shit is real. He do not live in no mansion. When he kept trying to present that apartment as a mansion, and I kept telling the whole world, like, dogs, that nigga do not live in no mansion because Polight is a flashy nigga. If he lived in a mansion, we would see that shit. We would see all the rooms. We would see the hallway, the whole crib. He's going to show the backyard. He's going to do all of that shit because that's the type of nigga he is. Look at when he got the car, rented that fucking Beamer. Like, yo, he couldn't wait to fucking make a video, show that shit all over the place, shit like that. That's how he is. So there's no way in hell you got a mansion and all I ever see you in is this one room that looks like a hallway because everybody seems to be passing through it on their goings and comings through that apartment. The fuck? Hey, yo, man, this shit is hilarious, G. I swear to God. This nigga is taking pictures. Yo, do you hear this shit, y'all? He is taking fucking pictures and making videos in hotel lobbies. I told y'all. I knew it. Because niggas who got money or a little bit of money. I ain't talking about niggas who millionaires. I'm talking about niggas who consistently make $200,000-$300,000 a year plus. Nigga, they're friends, personal friends. What are you talking about? Like, we go everywhere together, best friends, nigga. Like, we grew up together, the whole 9 yards. And I'm trying to tell you, niggas that make money like that, they don't move like that, yo. Like the way he move and all that bullshit he do, always, I'm traveling here. Niggas don't move like that. First off, niggas who got money are gonna have a base, meaning they're gonna have somewhere where they have a home. They're gonna get them a home. Then they'll venture out and start doing, nigga, you don't even have a house, Polight. All this hustling and you don't even have a house. That's why every time you see him, he's somewhere else. Because you live in tellies, nigga. That's how you live. You lease cribs here and there. That's how you live. This is insane, yo. It's insane that I'm actually still doing fucking videos on Polight. I want to talk about Sonetta's fucking old ass. Hey, Sonetta, I heard that you and Michael Edwards is no longer together. When'd you guys break up? Sonetta, what did you do? What did you do, Frank? Because you know Michael will never, ever, ever, ever turn his back on you unless you truly broke his heart. So you must have broken his heart. And Michael Edwards, you can't lie, bro. I'm gonna drop all the comedy or whatever. You cannot lie, bro. I told you, nigga, that nigga's playing you. I told you that. It was so obvious. Like the reason I say it is because I know niggas, and I really, really, really know city niggas. And I know when a nigga is fucking playing with somebody. And he was playing with you, dog. Like, the shit that he would say and do, he didn't have to do that unless he felt like he was going to just play you out real quick just because he wanted to. Is what niggas do a lot of times, especially in the city. They do that shit real quick. So it's like, dog, I told you, Mike. I told you, man. He don't care about nothing you talking about. You think Sonetta, first off, you think Sonetta cares about anything you talk about, Michael Edwards? You could talk about the Bible. You could talk about the fucking, he's controversial. You can talk about your other controversial things, and you can talk about RBG things because you're RBG, you, and controversial. So you could talk about each faction that you claim that you are. Sarnetta could care less about that shit, yo. You just another nigga that he knows that could do shit on YouTube that has a big enough name on YouTube that nobody's really checking or paying attention for you like that. Not saying niggas is checking for me like that, but I'm just saying nobody's paying attention to you like that, but he could use you like in a beef. If there's some sort of beef he's having with somebody whose page is popping more as far as viewership goes, yeah, he could use you if he's beefing with them, because if you do a video about them, he could promote it a little bit and people gonna watch it, and he could use you as cannon fodder. You know what I mean? Like to come in and do his thing. That's why he talks about you the way he does. Remember that video? It's on my page, yo. When that nigga Sarnetta was like, my bishop, I got my bishop, y'all. My bishop. Michael Edwards is my bishop. Yeah, I moved that motherfucker all around on the chessboard. I'm like, damn, nigga, you ain't be talking about me like that. Hey, yo, nigga, if you need my help, man, I'm down with you. I got your back, or to say something like that, or let me say it. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You ain't gonna be like, yeah, Shame TV. Yeah, I moved this motherfucker all around the board, wherever. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't, nigga. Fuck is wrong. Like, damn, Mike. You got kids and shit, man. You can't let them know and hear that shit, bro. Like this nigga talking about you like that. He can move you. You his bishop. And like the shit. Wait, what's the other nigga that Michael Edwards don't like? Khalil Amani. Yeah, Khalil Amani. He don't like Khalil Amani. So what happens? And Israel Doctrine and all that, whatever the fuck them niggas be getting into it. I have no idea what they be actually beefing about. I swear to God. If somebody said, yo, I'll give you $1 million, like on dogs, nigga, I wouldn't know what the fuck them niggas be talking about. So anyway, these niggas was supposedly beefing, and Michael Edwards said, yo, anybody who messes with Israel Doctrine or Khalil Amani from this point forward, I don't fuck with you. Remember he said like you dead to me, basically type shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like anybody who fuck with this nigga, Michael Edwards, don't fuck with you. Don't call him, don't nothing him. Anybody. That's what you said, Mike. And what happened? A week later, Sarnetta did a whole live stream with fucking Khalil Amani and and they was talking about people snitching and telling on you and brought you up and was saying how you was snitching and yo, Michael Edwards. You can't say I ain't tell you, dog. I told you, nigga. And I made a video being serious, too. Like, yo, that nigga's trying to play you, dog. I'm just telling you, you could take it for what it's worth or throw it, accept it or reject it, my nigga. But I'm telling you right now, that nigga's trying to play you straight up and down. So, anyway, Polight, once again, scamming the shit out of niggas. He's a mentor, but he needs your money. You basically got to pay. It's basically like he at college. You got to pay him. You know what I'm saying? Because mentors generally just work for free. People who are being mentored, they do it for free. It's kind of like interning. You're just there to learn. But what this nigga requires is that you come in and you actually fund some of the things. Now, I can see if you were just funding your travel because he travels a lot, or you were funding this because he does this a lot. You're funding. No. He needs you to help fund his current lifestyle. While mentoring you about attaining his lifestyle. Shame TV Eastwatch. Appreciate y'all for coming, man. Please like the stream, y'all. Share if you're so inclined. Dislike if you're so inclined as well. This is fucking crazy. Peace.